Hello students, in my previous video we have discussed about the physical properties and preparations. In today's video we'll be discussing about the reactions of haloalkane. The reactions of haloalkane may be divided into the following categories, that is three categories. The first is nucleophilic substitution, then elimination reaction, reaction with the metals. So the nucleophilic substitution reactions. What do you mean by nucleophile? This is what you already studied it in your first PUC about nucleophile. So nucleophiles are negatively charged or neutral species which are capable of donating electron pair. So what does this actually means? We are having a negatively charged ion, example OH minus. It has a tendency to donate the electron pair, so we call it as a nucleophile. Similarly, consider a neutral molecule like ammonia. Nitrogen has a lone pair of electrons, so we say that it can donate a electron pair, hence it is also acting as a nucleophile. So OH minus as well as NH3 both act as a nucleophile. OH can donate an electron pair, nitrogen can donate its lone pair of electron. So both of these we call them as an nucleophile. Next is nucleophilic substitution reaction. So before understanding the reaction, we let us understand what does the word substitution means. So the word substitution here means in place of, or we can say as instead of. So here a nucleophile which is negatively charged will replace a halide which is negative charged. That means properties are similar. A negatively charged ion is replaced by another negatively charged ion. So we'll consider the reaction in detail, that is nucleophilic substitution reactions. So what is or how does a nucleophile substitution takes place? So before that we'll see general reaction. So in this type of reaction, a nucleophile reacts with haloalkane having a partial positive charge on the carbon atom bonded to an halogen. A substitution reaction takes place and halogen departs as halide ion. It is schematically represented below. So I'll write the schematic representation here. Nucleophile will take generally Nu representing nucleophile negative charge. So nucleophile means what? It has a tendency to donate an electron pair. So I'll represent the electron pair as two dots. Plus we'll consider our halide. So any alkyl halide will consider. So we'll consider a carbon which is bonded to halide. So here carbon is sp3 hybridized. So surrounded on the other sides by 3 more bonds. So totally carbon forming 4 bond. We know the nature of carbon halogen bond. We have already studied. Carbon has partial positive charge. Halogen has partial negative charge. Since the halogen has this negative charge, it acquires nucleophilic character. So what do we say? It is nucleophilic in nature. Although it is partially negatively charged, we call it as what? Nucleophile. So what we are studying here? One nucleophile substitutes another nucleophile. So nucleophile removes the halogen and halogen is removed in the form of what? Halide ion. So nucleophile goes into the place of halogens. What will be our corresponding product? Carbon. 3 bonds already it has. Only the change of nucleophile takes place. Instead of halogen, another nucleophile is substituted. Plus of halogen is removed in the form of what? Halide ion. That is X minus. So what all we had in this reaction, just we'll label it. We had a nucleophile. So nucleophile reacts with the alkyl halide. This alkyl halide we call it as a substrate, and this substrate had a nucleophile with it, that is which is going to be removed. We call it as what? Leaving group. So halide ion here is called as leaving group, and we get our product, that is new product. Then halide is removed in the form of halogen is removed in the form of halide ion. So this is our general reaction. So you can see this is given in the textbook. They have not given in detail the reactions with respect to this, but in exam you get questions on this. They have given the reagent, they have given nucleophile, they have given what kind of product you obtain and what class of the product is it. So this kind of reactions are generally asked in exams. They give you the reactants and you are supposed to write the product. So we'll discuss these reactions one by one. Consider the examples. Action of alkali. In the textbook, the alkali given are NaOH and KOH. So, In NaOH and KOH, which are the nucleophile? OH minus. Even in KOH, the same nucleophile OH minus. Let us consider an example. So when alkyl halide, we'll consider generally alkyl halide RX reacts with NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide. So what will be the product obtained? What we are studying here? Nucleophilic substitution. So we know halide is nucleophilic in nature. NaOH has OH as nucleophile. So halide goes in the place of OH and OH in the place of X. So what is the product obtained? ROH plus of NaX. So when an alkyl group is bonded to OH, so we get the product as what? Alcohol. Yes. Then next is we'll take an example and consider the reaction with KOH. So let us consider ethyl bromide. Ethyl bromide reacts with the KOH. So what is the product obtained here now? Which is our nucleophile? OH minus. In alkyl halide, Br minus. So Br is substituted by OH and OH goes to the place of Br. So the product obtained here will be CH3, CH2, OH here plus of, instead of OH what goes here? Br. So what we get here? Potassium bromide. So this is our reaction. So main product obtained was alcohol. Next is action of water. So it is a formula for water, H2O. We also call this reaction as hydrolysis reaction. So let us consider an example. When alkyl halide Rx, where R is alkyl, X is halide, reacts with water, that is H2O. So let us see which is a nucleophile present in water. Water has H plus and OH minus ion. So OH minus ion will act as what? Nucleophile. So here which is a nucleophile here? OH minus. So what will be the product obtained? So instead of writing H2O, for simplicity, I'll write it as H OH. Both mean one and the same. So OH is the nucleophile. It goes to the place of halide and halide is substituted in the place of OH. So what will be the product obtained? ROH plus of HX. So what we call this product as alcohol. So let us consider one example. So when we consider an example of methyl bromide. Methyl bromide reacting with water. So water has a nucleophile OH minus. It goes to the place of Br and Br is substituted in the place of OH minus. What will be the product? CH3OH plus of HBr. CH3OH is an alcohol, that is methanol. Let us move on towards the next reaction, that is action of sodium alkoxide. Sodium is Na. What do you mean by alkoxide? Oxygen to which an alkyl group is bonded. So we'll consider generally NaOR. R is alkyl group. So whenever an alkyl halide, generally we'll consider Rx as our alkyl halide reacting with the sodium alkoxide, that is NaOR. So what is the nucleophile present here? Na plus and OR minus. OR minus, it is negatively charged, so it is acting as what? Nucleophile. So in this what do? We substitute the nucleophile. So which is our nucleophile here? OR minus, it goes to the place of halide. Halide is substituted in the place of OR minus. So what will be the product obtained? R instead of X, what will with the nucleophile there? OR, that is alkoxide group or alkoxy group plus of Na and the halogen. So whenever you get the answer as ROR, that is alkyl group, oxygen and alkyl group, we call them as what? Ethers. So what is the main product you are getting in this reaction? Ethers is the main product. Let us consider an example. So when you consider ethyl chloride reacting with sodium methoxide, that is NaOCH3. So what will be the product here, which is our nucleophile Cl and OCH3. So Cl will be substituted by OCH3 and OCH3 by Cl. So what will be the product? CH3, CH2, instead of Cl, which is our nucleophile, OCH3 plus of Na. Then next what do we have here? Which is the nucleophile Cl. So NaCl. Next is The action of ammonia. So ammonia formula is NH3, nitrogen has lone pair of electron. To find out the nucleophile here, we'll write the structure of ammonia. It has 3 bonds with hydrogen. Nitrogen has a lone pair of electron onto it. So when a nucleophile is formed, when the bond between nitrogen and hydrogen is broken. So we'll write the structure here, NH2. Nitrogen has 2 lone pair of electron, because of which it gets negatively charged, plus of hydrogen ion. Now let us consider why we call it as a nucleophile. Why? Because it is negatively charged. So we'll consider the reaction here. When an alkyl halide, general reaction, that is RX, plus of NH3, that is ammonia. So when alkyl halide reacts with ammonia, the nucleophile present in ammonia is NH2. So the product obtained here will be RNH2. X is replaced by NH2 plus of what is remaining, H and X. So this becomes our product. So the product obtained here consists of an R group which is bonded to NH2. Next, let us consider the reaction here. Instead of writing NH3, the same reaction I'll write it as HNH2. Both mean one and the same here. So here in detail you can see that the nucleophile are getting substituted. Halogen is substituted by NH2, NH2 by halide ion. So the product obtained here will be what? RNH2 plus of HX. So what do we say? The class of product obtained here, these are called as amines and primary amine. So why are we calling it as primary amine? So we'll consider, you can see the structure here. What does it has? It has alkyl group, that is R. So this alkyl group is bonded to which atom here? So you can consider R bonded to nitrogen, and this nitrogen has 2 hydrogen atom, lone pair on nitrogen. So one of the hydrogen of ammonia is replaced by an alkyl group. So we call it as what? Primary amine. Or else even you can say that nitrogen is surrounded by one carbon atom, that is one alkyl group. So it becomes a primary amine. This you will be studying in detail in the unit amines. Now let us consider the reaction of primary amines with alkyl halide. So this is also given in your textbook. So in primary amine, which is our nucleophile, we'll find it out. Primary amine means what? One of the hydrogen of ammonia is replaced by alkyl group. So here we'll see how a nucleophile is formed. So hydrogen is removed in the form of H plus. Nitrogen has 2 lone pair of electron. It becomes negatively charged, plus of H plus. So which is our nucleophile here? So RNH minus becomes our nucleophile. So what will be the reaction considered now? Alkyl halide. So we'll take CH3X. This is our alkyl halide reacting with the primary amine, that is RNH2. So which is our nucleophile here? The nucleophile present here is RNH. One of the hydrogen will be removed, and X is the another nucleophile. So X substitutes it and the other substitutes it. Since the breaking of the bond takes place through nitrogen here, the product obtained here will be CH3, and bonding takes place through nitrogen. So N is bonded to H, and R, nitrogen plus has a lone pair of electron, plus of what do we have here? H and X, that is hydrogen halide. So here you can observe that nitrogen is surrounded on two sides by 2 alkyl groups. So we call it as secondary amine, or 2 hydrogen of ammonia are replaced by alkyl group. So it is secondary amine. Next, let us consider the reaction with secondary amine, that is reaction of alkyl halides with secondary amine. So in these reactions, we'll consider our alkyl halide RX. Before that, we'll find out which is a nucleophile. So R2NH. So or R, we can write the structure in this way, RNRH. So here what we need to find out, which is our nucleophile. So what will be the nucleophile here? R2N minus plus of H plus. Why? Because hydrogen is removed in the form of H plus. So this becomes our nucleophile. So when alkyl halide CH3X reacts with secondary amine R2NH, which is a nucleophile here, R2N, and x. So these are substituted. So R2n goes to the place of x and x to the place of R2n. So what will be the product? CH3 bonding takes place to nitrogen. Nitrogen is bonded to 2 alkyl group plus of HX. So here you can observe that nitrogen is surrounded by how many alkyl group? 3 alkyl groups. So we call it as a tertiary amine. That is 3 hydrogen are replaced. So this is our product. So this is what you have, what you will be studying further in detail, called as ammonolysis reaction in the unit amines. Next is action of potassium cyanide. So the formula of potassium cyanide is KCN. What kind of compound it is, we'll understand here. So KCN. In KCN, potassium is a metal, it will be positively charged, and since it is a metal, it will form which kind of compounds? Ionic compound. So potassium forms ionic compound where K is having +1 charge. Why? Because it belongs to first group of S block element. It has one valence electron, and Cn is having negative charge. So actually on which atom is a negative charge present here? So we will find it out by writing the Lewis dot structure. So N, nitrogen has a tendency to form triple bond, carbon 4 bonds. So we will represent here a triple bond in between C and N. We'll count the valence electron here quickly. So carbon has 4 valence electron, nitrogen has 5. Since it is negatively charged here, that is Cn minus, so we will add one more electron here. So 5, 4, 1, it is equal to 10 electron. So we will represent it. Already we have represent 3 bonds which are equal to 6. So 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we'll find out the formal charge. I have said you in my previous videos how to calculate the formal charge directly. Actual electrons in an atom. So here in carbon actual electrons are 4 minus it actual electrons towards the atom in Lewis dot structure. So here you can see it is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 electrons. So 4 minus 5 which is equal to -1. In case of nitrogen, we'll consider now. Actual electrons in nitrogen are 5. In the Lewis dot structure, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. So what is the formal charge on nitrogen? It's 0, and on carbon it is -1. So what is the conclusion we can draw from this? In case of Cn minus, negative charge is present on carbon, therefore the bonding takes place through carbon atom. So in Cn minus, bonding takes place through carbon atom. Next, let us consider an example. So when an alkyl halide, as I have said, you remember bonding takes place through carbon. So when alkyl halide reacts with KCN, Cn is a nucleophile, it is substituted by another nucleophile, that is halide ion, and halide ion in the place of cyanide ions. What will be the product here? RCN plus of Kx. The bonding takes place through carbon atom, and the product obtained we call it as what? Alkyl cyanide or alkane nitrile. Alkane nitrile is the IUPAC name. Consider action of alcoholic silver cyanide. So AgCN is silver cyanide. So let us consider Ag. Atomic number of silver is 47. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d10, 4s2, 4p6, 4d10, 5s1. In this compound, silver is in +1 oxidation state, so it becomes Ag plus. That means one of the electron is removed from outermost shell. So the electronic configuration here is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d10, 4s2, 4p6, 4d10. So what do we observe here? In the outermost shell, totally how many electrons do we have? So you can observe here, the outermost shell is fourth shell. So total electrons are 18 electrons, that is S2, P6, D10. This electronic configuration is called as pseudo noble gas configuration, and the elements which have pseudo noble gas configuration has greater covalent character. So pseudo noble gas electronic configuration exhibits more covalent character, and it is based on one of the rule, and that rule we call it as Fajan's rule, which you have studied it in first PUC, already studied it in first PUC in the unit named chemical bonding. If you are not clear with it, you can go through the textbook of your first PUC. So what do we say? AgCN is covalent in nature. So let us consider the reaction. Before that, we will see the nature of bond. So this is the resonance structure. We'll write the Lewis dot structure. We'll write the resonance structure. The electron pair is donated to the nitrogen atom, that is pi electron pair. So what do we get here? C triple bond becomes a C double bond. C has a lone pair of electron. Instead of triple, it becomes double due to the donation of electron pair. Then nitrogen, already it had a lone pair of electron. It accepts another lone pair. Nitrogen becomes negatively charged. So here the donor atom is nitrogen. So the electron pair is donated through which atom? Through nitrogen atom. Let us consider an example of an alkyl halide with silver cyanide. So when silver cyanide reacts with alkyl halide, so exchange of nucleophile, bonding takes place through which atom? Nitrogen. So the product obtained here will be RNC. Remember, you have to write it as what? RNC plus of AgX, that is silver halide. So the name for this is alkyl isonitrile or isocyanide is common name. Its IUPAC name is alkyl isonitrile. So as discussed, alkyl halide reacts with potassium cyanide, giving alkyl cyanide as a major product, whereas the reaction with the silver cyanide, it forms isocyanide as the major product. The reason for this is Cn minus is an ambidentate nucleophile. So the term ambi here means it can either bond through any one of the atom. Either the bonding can take place through the carbon atom, or the bonding takes place through nitrogen atom. So let us consider, so we have already studied KCN, bonding takes place through which atom? So in KCN, bonding takes place through carbon atom. Why? Because carbon will have a negative charge on it, and KCN is ionic in nature. And in AgCN, bonding takes place through which atom? So we have already discussed it. In AgCN, bonding takes place through nitrogen atom. Why? Because AgCN is covalent and nitrogen has a lone pair of electron onto it. So what do we observe here? To understand it, we'll write the resonance structure. So we have written C triple bond N having a lone pair of electron, as well as carbon, because of which carbon is negatively charged. So in resonance structure, we show the transfer of pi electron here. So when the pi electron is transferred to nitrogen atom, we observe here C, it becomes double bond, it was triple bond, and nitrogen acquires a lone pair of electron, therefore nitrogen becomes negatively charged in this case. So what is the conclusion we can draw from this? In case of first resonance structure, we see that carbon is negatively charged, so carbon acts as a donor atom. Whereas in the second resonance structure, we see nitrogen is negatively charged, hence nitrogen acts as a donor atom. So let us consider here the reasons now. So these are asked in the exam for 1 marks reasoning questions. So potassium cyanide is predominantly ionic in nature. It ionizes to form cyanide ion. The attack of nucleophile takes place through carbon atom, resulting in the formation of alkyl cyanide. Consider the example, methyl chloride reacting with KCN. So what is the product obtained? CH3CN. So you have to write the product as CH3CN, and another is KCl. Next is, if at all it is silver cyanide. So in case of silver cyanide, it is predominantly covalent in nature and does not easily ionize. Therefore, the lone pair of electron and nitrogen atom is used for nucleophilic attack. Hence, the nucleophilic attack takes place through nitrogen, resulting in the formation of isocyanide. Consider the example, methyl bromide reacting with silver cyanide. So here the bonding takes place through nitrogen. So you have to write it as CH3NC. So Br is replaced here, and what is the product we get? AgBr. So main product is isocyanide. Next is action of potassium nitrate. So what is the formula for potassium nitrate? KNO2. So here we'll consider the type of compound, it is which compound? Ionic compound. Why? Because potassium is a metal, it will be positively charged, NO2 will be negative charge. But on which atom is this negative charge present? To know that, we will write the Lewis dot structure. So central atom is nitrogen surrounded by 2 oxygen atom. We know nitrogen can form 3 bonds, so 1, 2 and 3, because valency of nitrogen is 3. So let us count the valence electron. 2 oxygen, so valence electron in oxygen are 6, so totally 12. 1 nitrogen atom, therefore 5 valence electrons in nitrogen, so totally 5 electron, and negative charge, so 1 electron. So when you total it, you get totally how many electrons? 18. So arrange these 18 electron. Whenever oxygen is doubly bonded, it will have 2 lone pair of electron. Nitrogen 1 lone pair of electron, and another oxygen 3 lone pairs of electron. So now let us calculate the formal charge of each atom. So here you will consider oxygen. You can see how many electrons are present towards oxygen, 7. Actually 6. So 6 minus 7, it is equal to minus 1. Formal charge is minus 1. So negative charge is on this oxygen. Nitrogen, actual electron in nitrogen 5. Here it is also having how many electron? 5. So overall formal charge is 0. And around this oxygen, how many do we have? 6. And actually in oxygen 6. So 6 minus 6 is 0. So negative charge is present on that oxygen. So the bonding takes place through singly bonded oxygen bearing a negative charge. Let us consider an example. So alkyl halide reacting with potassium nitrite. So here we have seen bonding takes place through which atom? Oxygen atom. So how will you write the product? You will write it as RONO plus of Kx. So replacement of a nucleophile, or you call it as substitution. You have to write it as RONO, and it is called as alkyl nitrite. Consider an example. We'll consider methyl bromide reacting with the potassium nitrate. So potassium nitrate reacts with methyl bromide and forms the product, that is methyl nitrite, CH3ONO. Bonding takes place through oxygen atom. So if you write it as CH3NO2, you will lose the marks in exam when it is potassium nitrate. Why? Because the bonding is taking place through oxygen. So you have to write the product in this way. Next is action of silver nitrate. So in what is the formula for silver nitrate? AgNO2. So here what is the nature of AgNO2? It is covalent in nature. Hence the bonding in AgNO2 takes place through which atom? Nitrogen atom. So which is a donor atom here? Nitrogen will act as a donor atom, that is electron pair donor. Hence we say bonding takes place through nitrogen atom. Then let us consider an example. So when an alkyl halide reacts with the silver nitrite, so here what is our halogen X nucleophile? NO2. So NO2 is replaced by halide. So bonding takes place to nitrogen, hence our product is RNO2 plus of AgX. Always remember, bonding takes place to nitrogen, and we here call them as nitroalkanes. Next is, we'll consider an example. So when alkyl halide reacts with silver nitride, the product obtained will be RNO2 plus of AgX. Here R is methyl group, so it will be CH3NO2. So make a note, it is very important. These questions are usually asked for 1 or 2 marks, especially based on KCN and KNO2, that is potassium cyanide and potassium nitrite, as well as silver cyanide and silver nitrite. Potassium cyanide bonding takes place through carbon atom, and potassium nitrite bonding takes place through nitrogen atom. Potassium nitrite bonding takes place through oxygen atom. Silver cyanide bonding takes place, silver cyanide as well as silver nitrite, in both the cases bonding takes place through nitrogen atom. So if it is a silver compound, always remember it is nitrogen. Only in case of potassium cyanide and potassium nitrate, it is other than nitrogen atom. So what is the main reason for this? Why it is through carbon and oxygen in potassium compounds and through nitrogen? Why? Because potassium cyanide and potassium nitrite are ionic. Silver cyanide and silver nitrite are covalent in nature. So try to solve these reactions. Remember that whenever it is potassium, here bonding takes place through oxygen. In this case, bonding takes place through carbon, but whenever it is a silver compound, whether it is silver cyanide or nitrate, bonding takes place through nitrogen. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.